Ho, ho, ho! It's magic. It's not Christmas, but it is time for episode 55 of Painting Up the Monster Manual with Warrior Prince 3D, whoop, whoop, and me, Ian, the Dragonborn Bard. How is everybody doing? Richard, how are you doing, buddy?
I am good. Yeah, bye. Yeah, I'm right.
That's it. Show's over. See you later, guys. Hey, chat, how's everybody doing there? So let's see, have a quick look who's here. Total Cars 12. Yo, I'm at work, but I wanted to drop in quick and thank you for the sub. You guys are hella cool. Thank you so much. You joined us the other night, and thank you so much for coming along to the shows. Geeky Phoenix, you're welcome. Hope work goes nice and smoothly. Geeky's always out there giving the subs. Hello, afternoon ZZ, afternoon Fluffy. How is everybody doing? We're here. We're back. We're going to paint up some teeny tiny little miniatures because we're on the Imp, which is a very, very small, low CR creature. It's a CR1 creature, Richard. Have you got an Imp ready to go? Is he running off to go find it?
Helps if I retrieve it from the radiator where I left the drawing.
Someone's only just primed it. Oh, yours is quite big. Oh, I like that. See, I've got the WizKids one, which is hella small.
I mean, yeah, it's all right. It's nice, you know.
It's fucking tiny. And, you know...
I got the Loot Studio one.
Nice. Although mine's not going to focus there because it's so small. But, haha. That's what she said. Somebody beat me to it. Who is Warrior Prince 3D, Richard, and where can people find you?
Warrior Prince 3D, we are your one-stop shop for all your 3D printing needs, from wee little tabletop, multiple sizes, 28, 32 and 50mm models available on the Etsy store, to small collectibles, to large beautiful little statues that you might want to paint and look awesome for any presents, to cosplay pieces, to STLs provided. You know, if those Kickstarters you've backed that you actually want the files printed, you give them over it and we can sort you out. We can be found on Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. Over here with Dragonborn Industries, occasionally with the old band of badgers, and most likely on most street corners because, you know, I shout and I'm loud and I'm large. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's such a well-practiced speech now, and I love it. Do you find you've used imps before in your Dungeons and Dragons? Because that's what we're here to talk about today, is the monster itself.
You know what? It's one of those weird ones. I was trying to think today, and I was like, I swear I have used imps, but no, I have never used the off-the-book imp.
So, I really, really like them because, one, they either make great companions for things like warlocks or wizards and stuff like that. They make great familiars because they are like this devilish spy. And that's literally what the entire entry in the Monster Manual about their lore, it talks about them basically being these like lower plane demons. They are these tiny little creatures. They're like house cat size. And they are used basically to take the shape of other animals and go spy on the material plane and stuff like that, or go try and get into other people's lairs. And they have next to no hit points, they've got next to no damage. They quite literally are a devil's familiar. And I have used them quite regularly, and I've met players who have used them as their familiar, same with the Quaist.
As I say, I've only ever used them or had them as familiars. Never an adversary, never a combatant, occasionally used, and once used to disguise as a greater flight demon.
Nice.
Basically appearing as an imp.
Geeky streaking. Oh no, I've virtual eyes. Hey, Dragon Skull, welcome in. Good to see you. Geeky's. I'm covered in maple syrup so they can try. Never gonna catch me. Greased up deaf guy. Yeah, so I really like them as a creature. When we look at the stat blocks, they are really... Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even have it open in front of me or on the computer because they really are next to nothing. I know the stat block quite well, but let's have a quick look. So they are a CR1 creature, which means, you know, challenge rating 1. So Richard hopefully has a level 3 character good to go. They have an armor class of 13. So they are not that hard to hit. They have 10 hit points or 3d4 plus 3. So they're really, again, they're not doing much. They've got a speed of 20-foot or 40-foot fly speed, so they do have some distance on them. They've got the regular resistances, though, so cold, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks made with silvered weapons. Immunity to fire and poison, immunity to condition poison, and then they've got the regular infernal and common. They are a shape changer, so one of their abilities is the imp can use its action to polymorph into a beast that resembles a rat, a raven, or a spider, or back into its true form its statistics are the same in each form, except for the speed change noted. But you can flavour that how you want in any of it. They have the magical resistance. They do have the Devil's Sight. But to be honest, their stat blocks are... The most is their dex with a +3. The rest of them are +1s, +2s, and minuses. As for their actions, they have a sting. So they have this like scorpion-like tail. That is a 5-foot reach with a +5 to hit. It does 1d4 plus 3 piercing damage. And it can do, however, 3d6 of poison damage on top of it if you fail a con save. So when we look at the big three when it comes to armor class, hit points, and damage, its damage output for its CR level is really, really where it's at. Because if you're doing 1d4 plus 3, if you max that out, that's, 7 points of damage. If you then maxed out the 3d6 poison damage as well, you could take out a level 3 wizard here. In one hit, we're looking at like 3d6 worth of damage. And if they haven't rolled that very well during their level ups, that could be fatal, especially on a crit. As for the rest of it, they also, as an action, can turn invisible. So that's also quite defensive for them. But apart from that, that's everything they've got. They really are the lowest of the low devils. Let's have a quick look at chat, because I see more people are in. Harry Gardner, what up? Devs, hail from me and Step. Hey, very few there. That's awesome. Anybody else in chat? No, that's it for now. To which end then? Richard, your level 3 character, what have you got?
Okay, so completely random this week. This is Hearn.
Hearn?
Level 3 Kobold Monk.
Okay, that's good. You should have the decent HP. Oh, no.
I've got the HP. This is one of the most weirdest random rolls I've got. So, strength, 17.
Okay.
Good strength.
Yeah.
Dexterity, 8.
Oh, no.
Now, bearing in mind that is with the +2 on it because it was 6.
Oh, no.
Constitution, 18.
Oh, that's good.
Intelligence, 14.
Yeah.
Wisdom, 9.
Oh, no.
And charisma, 15.
This is a garage karate meat boy kobold who basically spends their time doing press-ups thinking they can do... It's this Step Brothers kobold. This is Nighthawk.
Yeah, they do press-ups and then they break blocks with their forehead, not their hands.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because the dexterity is the monk's attack, isn't it? Not strength.
Yeah, it can use strength.
Okay.
But its dexterity is its armor class and some of its damage. So what was funny, I saw a thing. One of this monk build's moves. It's got a ranged attack called Radiant Sunbolt.
Oh, it's Radiant Soul. Nice.
So I rolled it on the D&D Beyond, and then I was like, why does it say 0? Oh, because Dex is -1, and you have a -1 to the modifier, and it rolled a 1, so I literally did 0 damage.
Lovely. Oh, I love it. You want to do karate in the garage? Yeah, I do. Why? Because I think that, like, if you're going to have a build like this, and we think of monks as being this, like, martial art expert, but what if they're a boxer? What if they're, like, a heavyweight kobold who's just like, ush, 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 like the Mike Tyson style kobold, and that's, instead of it being like this dexterity based martial artist, they're like a bruiser. That's how I would play that. But to which end, there's nothing really to do but then set up for destruction, because well, I think that you're going to kick this thing's head off.
I fucking hope so. If I die from this thing, I'll be pissed as fuck.
If you die from this, I will be amazed. But I suppose, what's your kobold's name?
It is... Oh,
I'll probably forget it. Hearn, that was it. Hearn. I will probably forget that in no time anyway. Do you know how you're going to paint up your kobold, your imp as well?
So I am, once again, I'm going to hit it with complete speed paints.
Nice.
So I'm going with Slaughter Red for the flesh, with a bit of Tyrian Navy and Grim Black for some of the bits between the wings. Because once again, your picture is very different to the one that's actually on D&D Beyond.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if they've changed it.
Only in colourings, it's just interesting.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I see them as this like little red, brown, like dark reds and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna dry brush some brown and some red, and I think that's about it. I will probably do some yellow after that, because we're only after tabletop ready. Hey, Dak, how you doing? Welcome to the show. But I guess there's nothing to do but get to it. So Hearn, where would their kobold residence be?
A forest with my friends.
with your hundreds of other friends, your thousands of
candles.
yeah. And like, what color kobold are you? Do you like follow like a certain dragon in a forest? Are you like a green dragon's kobold? Are you, what's the history behind
A red dragon?
Oh, a red dragon with a red kobold. And maybe the Horde, obviously, you guys worship dragons. Dragons are like the prime race, and kobolds adore them. And, there has to be a Horde. There has to be diamonds, there has to be gold, there has to be magical items, because that's what dragons do. And the more that you can bring to the Horde, the better. But every now and again, something sneaks in. Adventurers, other beings, thieving bastards always want a slice of that pie. They want a bit of that Horde. And the red dragons have got so much to go around, and smaller creatures sometimes make it in. And maybe it's late at night and you're eating probably like some raw sheep leg by a fire somewhere, and you just see a weird, give me a perception check.
Okay. I rolled a 13, so that's a 12.
Of course it is. Love it.
I'm eating Sean and I'm too busy.
Yeah, it's like all these kobolds like fighting over the bones and stuff. But like the reason you see it is because it's not exactly being stealthy, because it can't be. You see this like reddish brown rat, and it's like pulling on a huge diamond. Like it glints with the fire and it reflects, and that's probably what captures your eyes. Like, oh, treasure. And you just see this rat, like it's got to like push it a bit and roll it over, and it's got to go around the other side and try and like pull it towards it, and it's struggling with it, but it is trying to obviously move away from where the Horde would be, somewhere in the distance in the forest. What would you like to do?
My shiny.
And you see like this rat kind of like looks up, and its eyes are like a piercing yellow. I don't think you've ever seen a rat quite like this. And it looks at you, and you can see it like get defensive in front of it, and it's like it's trying to block it with its body. Anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna eat the rat.
Okay, so you run over to the rat. Give me a grapple check. So this is going to be, if it's 2024 rules, I believe it is.
Athletics, isn't it?
Athletics versus either my acrobatics or my athletics, whichever one I choose. So.
Thanks. My only good plus, and I roll a 2. That's a 7.
Oh, I rolled a 7 with a -2 strength score. Just going to see if it's got any of those abilities in it. It doesn't. So you grab this rat and you put it in your mouth.
I bite its fucking head off.
Okay, so give me an attack roll at advantage because you have it grappled. We might not even be entering initiative here.
Nat 20.
Okay. Roll some damage with your unarmed strike.
So unarmed strike is what?
I don't even set the timer off.
Unarmed strike with 1d6 plus 3.
Was that a crit, was it?
Oh wait, yeah, crit. So
our rules is
12,
you max the damage and then roll again and add modifiers.
15. Oh, max damage. So it's 9 damage.
Right.
So that's 16 damage.
Okay, 16 damage. So let's start. Has anybody out in chat got access to some dice? Because I genuinely don't have any on me apart from this D20 today. If so, if somebody's got a D4, because I need to work out how many hit points this rat has. Okay, Geeky Phoenix, I need a D4, please. Roll that for me, and then I'll +1 to it, as that's a rat's hit points. This is important for Polymorph. Wow, I'm not even at the hour timer yet. I haven't even hit initiative.
I have also realised I've got the wrong mini.
Oh, really? I was going to say, isn't that the Barbed Devil or something?
Spike Devil.
Spike Devil. Okay, Dax got there first. They've rolled a 3, +1, that's a 4. Okay, so they've got 4 hit points in their Polymorph rat. You bite into it to try and take its head off. You, quite literally, feel it transform. It gets a little bit bigger, and you feel like the wings like push out of your mouth, and we see this like of like this creature transform. So 4 points off that. Then it reverts. It then has anything remaining transfers over. How many hit points was it total that you did? How much damage?
16.
Cool. The final 12, as you bite this imp's head off and kill it before we even enter initiative. You tell me what then happens.
So as I've bitten it, I was expecting rat and hoping for rat and see this wing thing and
Is it another kobold? Is it a dragon? What's just happened? I guess
I sort of throw it away, kick the head away, and sort of just look around and see if anyone saw me, wipe the dribble off my chin, and go and pick the diamond up.
And I'm setting the timer off. Let's fucking paint. It then as it hits the floor, it withers up and becomes this leather husk, and it just you can tell. Well, I don't think you can tell at all what's happened here, but there is just this leather husk lying on the ground. What would Hearn do with the diamond?
Goes in my pocket. It's spoils of war.
Oh, so you're not returning it to the Horde?
No, I will be loyal. I'll put it back to the Horde.
Okay. What's your dragon overlord's name?
Nigel.
What have you bought me?
Trying to thieve this.
You were trying to thieve this.
Oh no, something. Look, it's a fucking wing thing over there.
And this curled smile where lava and fire just ebbs in the back of the throat.
You have done well today, Ern.
And you see this long, and this is an ancient dragon. And they bring a talon down to your forehead, and they scratch, and it's slow into your forehead, and they make a mark, and then you can't quite see it, but all the other kobolds around this fire pit are just and they're all watching with bated breath, and you have to wince through as they carve something else into your forehead, and eventually they pull their talon away and they turn over their clawed hand and they blow embers towards you, and it hits that spot in your head and you feel it burn. I would let you level up to level 5 and I'd give you wings as a kobold. You have just saved a fucking 1000 GP diamond for a fucking red dragon. You're fucking getting a boon for that. But that's that. Hearn is now the fucking champion kobold of a fucking horde of kobolds.
Fucking best combat ever.
Didn't even fucking happen. Oh, I love D&D for shit like that. So that's an imp. They can't do fuck all. I think in an RP situation they can be great, and I thought maybe you would whiff it on that first hit, but nope, apparently not. But there you go. Absent Dak says, wait a sec, the Dice Master has no dice. Honestly, Dak, I am the worst person in the world for having my own dice near me. I actually do. I think they're in a coat over there somewhere. I think I've got my Star Wars dice. The rest of them, I think, are in the house right now because I was playing with them the other day. That was lucky. There was a 2 on the Phoenix dice. Okay, fair enough. It wouldn't have made a difference, but there it is. So, I mean, obviously, when we look at the kobold, when we look at the imp, you can use them in so many different ways. This one didn't really stand a chance. It used its polymorph before the combat even happened, went into it, and then fucking got its head bitten off. So, don't really know where to go with that. But I think if you're going to use them at home, you can put them into magic users' shops. You can put them into so many different places. You can have them try and thieve things off the party. And you can also up their stat blocks and things. You can very much, you could take a mini like Richards and you could scale them up and then give them a growth spell and stuff.
Also, what you can do, when you steal things off parties, remember, they don't notice it. Things like bags of holding aren't actually strapped in any better than a pouch of gold.
Nope. No, it is not. I fucking love that shit. I steal off my parties all the time, and it's not until they go to use something and I'm like, you've been pickpocketed. I tend to roll, though, if I'm going to do that. I don't just take the biggest thing off them. I will go through their character sheet, look at their inventory, number the amount of things they've got, roll it, and wait until they go to use it, and be like, yeah, that's not there. I usually give them perception checks and stuff as well, or use their passive perceptions. Depends where and when they got robbed. So I've used a brown and a red so far, and I've dry brushed that over black. I really need to move where that light is, I think, because the camera gets in the way. How's everybody else doing out there? What are you guys all up to today? Oh, my earphone's fallen out. Right, so. Work, yeah. Wrath and Glory later. Nice one, Connor. Gluing a fuck ton of minis together. Oh, Z. What you gluing? What you gluing? Oh. I'm probably going to go over this again with the red in the highest places, and then I'm going to hit this up with a bit of orange maybe for some of the tips. Come on.
Your camera really doesn't like focusing at the moment, does it?
No, I really... I wonder if
Pull back a bit.
I'm just going to try and move the actual camera because I think that we've played around with so many different things. So let's have a quick look. Let's try that. So I'm priming Labyrinth chess set whilst trying to teach Step to Paint. Oh, nice. Z, a lot. I'll put up pictures later. Nice. I'm going to try and find help with my stream. Nice. Yeah, because you struggled with sound the other night, didn't you? Do you have any idea what sort of happened there, Dak? Do you think it was just trying to capture the audio went wrong? I wonder if I can bring the camera down. If that'll make a difference. There we go. So that's just literally
that's all right.
2 layers of paint so far. We're going to quite literally do that. And then it's going to be a case that I will pick out some highlighted areas. I might fill in some of the pectorals and stuff. And that's really about it apart from the eyes. This many being so small, I really don't need to do too much with it. How are you attacking yours?
3D painty and blendy.
Nice. Blender. We do have
3D painting.
yeah, we do have this like big rock as well underneath it, so I might get some greys out for that just to make it a different color, make that red pop a little bit more.
Some rocky for it.
Some rocky. Dragon School later. I'll be working on the thumbnail for our January 18th stream. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Work and secretly playing the remastered Soul Reaver 1 and 2 while I wait for my Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain Kickstarter coming next year. I know I really, really want that Kickstarter. I also really want to get a Steam Deck just so I can play Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Very, very jealous. But alas, money must be spent on a new computer first for the studio. Right. Anybody got any major Christmas plans? I am going to be away for a lot of it. We're going to do... I think this is our last painting up the Monster Manual of the year. Tonight we've got Bloodpunk. Then we've got our last Starfinder episode on Monday for the year. Which will be good because they're just entering into a compound that is sort of a brand new story arc, which will be quite good. Or potentially finishes off another story arc that people didn't think was... Well, people thought might have already been finished. Ooh, I'll never tell. We had the Christmas one-shot came out last night, and then it released on YouTube this morning, where we played through Emily Greymore's The Cunning Folk. And Geek says, Absalom, you have all of us that can help you. You'll get better as you go. We all have to start somewhere. Yeah, I mean, like, I literally lost an entire episode of a podcast the other day. So that's not getting released.
Yeah, I meant to ask you about that.
So we recorded Lightwell episode 2. Oh, Connor, how are the dice coming along? Really well, actually. The new molds are... the second cap is in today, which means that the actual casting of the dice should be happening tomorrow, which I'm really excited about, buddy. Yeah, so we obviously recorded the episode live as we played it, and then I went to go sort out the podcast and upload it and everything, and the file was corrupt, and there was no backup and no way to save it. So, episode 2 of Lightwell isn't going to be released. We're going to have to do a major recap for episode 3 when we get back in January. But these things happen. I'm amazed it hasn't happened to us before. But, you know, it's been a year of streaming TTRPGs, as well as then a few years of painting and a few years of other things, and you know, it had to happen at some point. We get loads and loads of tech issues, and this time round we weren't able to save it. So I'm just trying to bring some more red to the highlighted places. And I'm using that same red again, and I'm just adding more opacity, basically.
Just slapping shit on and hoping it sticks.
No, he wouldn't just do that, would he? He would just do that. So if you guys aren't caught up with Starfinder, you've got all of the Christmas break to catch up. Crack on. Bloodpunk, obviously you've only got a couple of episodes to catch up on that one. Hopefully in the new year we'll have some more shows as well. But that's all conversations we have to have with people. And streaming on other people's channels. Dragon Skull.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, hey, Connor, Z had a first Pathfinder session this week. How did it go? This is actually a D&D show, so we don't talk about other systems here.
We don't do muggles here.
Muggles. Fucking Pathfinder is not for muggles. D&D is for fucking muggles, mate.
Do you know what? I will give props where props due. I have enjoyed Pathfinder.
I fucking love it. I fucking hate how much I love it. No, I don't. I fucking love it. Yeah, how did it go? I'm very, very interested here, because you guys are playing 1E, aren't you?
1E for the money.
2E for the thrill. God, there is... You know, I'll give the Wiz Kids minis their due. Like, they've, like, got a fucking six-pack and a fucking proper set of pectorals on this mini.
Yeah, but fuck all else.
Come on, zoom in. Zoom in and focus, please. I would like you to show this tiny mini's pectorals. Let's get the camera down again. God, I'm going to get a new camera soon. I fucking... These have been great, but...
They are streaming ones, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're like designed to autofocus on a face more than anything. So they've done well in the studio, but they are...
Time for an upgrade.
Well, it'd be nice to be able to get some actual ones that we can set the focus on and stuff like that. These ones probably aren't getting used for the paint cam anyway. Come on. There you go. Just gonna grab those thighs next and work on those. I might put some like amber or some more yellowish brown onto the tail just to give it that like scorpion carapace look. But I could also do that with a wash or something. Could do some glazing.
Some glaze.
Glaze. Amazing. Social anxiety literally had me shaking for the first half, but it eased up towards the end. Yeah, 1E, and rolled great on all my checks except attack. Sounds about right. 2 different D20s went into the dice jail. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is that the new dice jail?
Oh, is that from Richard? I love how, like, characters are like this fucking amazing thing until you go to roll. And then you're like, oh, and I'm a piece of shit. So, I'm going to grab... I'm going to mix some yellow and some brown together just to try and get... a
Shit
nice,
brown.
Basically, yeah, like a tanny, shitty brown. just to glaze over some areas of that tail. And so for glazing, what I'm doing is I'm adding a load of water, and I'm going to make it really, really thin. I'm going to try and pick that up with the brush, and then I'm going to take some more of that water back away from the side of the brush.
I'm going to put mine back on the radio. No. I've got the airbrush here.
Oh, what's the airbrush?
Airbrush is the Galari. One of these lovely things. On the Galari Ace, the G-Hack 98Ds.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. not quite the Mobius.
And then I'll use the yellow just to highlight. And then thin it down by tapping it away with my finger and doing the old dab technique. So are you guys playing Pathfinder with the old tokens, like the ones that are the paper tokens for the minis? Or are you like going full Richard and getting him to print you everything out? I'm going to thin down some of the darker brown. I'm going to put that in the webbing, like the skin between the wing spines, just to re-darken those areas a little bit. Just bring back some definition, because obviously the WizKid minis are not the most detailed, but they're nice and cheap. I don't think I'm too far away from tabletop ready already. But then I don't have a huge mini like you do this time. I'm going to take some matte black from the Army Painter Fanatics range. And I'm going to add that to things like the tips of the wings where those little spines are. On the top and the bottom, to the claws. They do seem to have this hair on top of their head. Like styled hair. Whereas in the picture it looks like it's horns, but this mini really does look like it's got a little quiff going on. So I might give it some hair. So it's... Argo says it's not the size of the ship. And I don't know what I'm missing there, what I've said. It's easily forgotten.
It might have been applied to what models and stuff you were using.
Oh, okay. Give the tip of that scorpion tail some black, and let's go try and grab those little hooven toes.
The hooven what?
They've got like these little hoof toes.
Yeah, a wee hoof.
Wee hoofs. Let's grab some orange. I'm going to lighten up some of that red just for some final highlights. How far away from being done are you?
I've decided we've got a bit of time this week, and I've got the airbrush to hand to help dry. I'm now dry brushing a bit of white back over, and then I'm going to reapply speedy paints.
Ooh. Nice. Are you getting more au fait now with the speed paints?
Yeah, getting used to how they work, getting used to the effect they make, and obviously trying to generally be more patient with things. But for my brain, that tends not to work too well.
Yeah, same. So I met another miniature painter who's quite well known, who literally lives in the village down the road from me. Didn't realise that they had quite a big presence online. Only met them the other day, and we were like, how do we not know about each other? Like, what the fuck? So, do you know who Alchemist Minis are?
Rings a bell.
So yeah, they literally live like down the road in the village from me. And I'm like, we met at an event the other day, and he was like, how do we not know each other? I was like, I don't know. But he's huge on speed paints and on contrasts and stuff. And like the colors and stuff he was getting out of them, they're like as vibrant as what you're getting. And I was like, how are you guys so good at this? Like, absolutely well. And he was like, yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm good at it. It's fucking spraying and praying at the moment.
You get amazing results out of what you do.
With the airbrush, I do.
And yeah, I was just like really impressed, and I was just like, fuck. And I really need to sit down and actually like work out how to properly use speed paints and contrast, because I think I get just too impatient.
So most of the time with painting, my big issue is patience. And the fact that I need to bloody paint.
Yeah.
I have got some Grogu's I'm painting this week for hopefully to sell at Christmas.
Nice. Have you got a market, have you?
Yeah, I've got a couple of events coming up, but I'm going to try and do them on Instagram as well.
Nice. There we go. So we've now got some really bright orange reds on there as well, actually. So the tops of the wings should hopefully be nice and bright, and the bottoms of the wings dark as fuck, boy. So let's see if we can get that to focus.
Whee. How long we got time-wise?
I mean, 37 minutes. I mean, technically the hour never started.
So technically I didn't roll initiative, did I?
No! There we go. That's what we're after. Which for something so small... might try and put some more back in on the wings. I'd be tempted to zenith it and then pick out highlights, but realistically, for tabletop ready, it's pretty much there. I could probably do with pulling out some white and just giving that rock a little bit of a dusting.
Give it some love.
Give it some love. I'm going to grab some matte white from the Army Painter. Let's add that. So I'm just going to pick out just those edge highlights of different areas of the rock. I'm not going to go wild and dry brush it. I don't want it to go all over the imp itself. Add little bits on. Don't need to do too much. I might lessen that off when it's dried with a bit of a contrast over the top of it. Maybe like basilicum grey.
Ooh, get fancy now, aren't we?
Well, not really. Let's grab. Up there. Cool. Minus the basilicum grey, I'm done. grab that now. My earphones are coming out. You waffle with the lovely people at home, Richard.
So lovely people at home. How are we? Is everyone ready for the shitstorm that is Christmas?
Did he
Has everyone bought 3D prints for their loved ones?
And did he waffle you good? Or did
No,
he try and
I didn't.
sell you something?
I tried to sell.
Yeah, of course you did.
You know, that's what I do.
I forgot how much these separate when you don't use them for months. Anybody here around the Norwich area? Or close enough? I think everyone's London or the south, and then somebody in the Midlands. Because I'm going to be in Norwich for Christmas.
Say again,
I'm in Norwich for Christmas.
I'm bad with geography, so I ain't got a clue where that is.
It's pretty much like the northwest, like northwest. It's basically Scotland. It's not. I'm lying. It's up from London and over on the east coast. Cool. Minus that drying, dude. I think I'm actually done. I'm going to leave the base because it's just a WizKids Mini. I'm going to leave it completely black. There you go. Little pop of red on the table, should you need it.
Is that whole thing its base, or is it...
Yeah.
Seriously?
Technically it's a small, so you could put it on one of the smaller ones. But I think this one, for some reason, came with a medium base in the packet. So I was like, all right, on that fucker it goes. If I was feeling inclined, I would do like a pentagram on it or the symbol of Asmodeus or something like that. But I just don't need to for tabletop ready.
I think as you've got time, you should pentagram it.
Pentagram it, yeah?
Yeah.
What colour pentagram are we doing, guys? You tell me.
I'll let them decide.
He'll let you decide. Tell me.
Tell me, baby.
Tell me, baby, what colour's the pentagram under the imp today? Black, done.
Right, bright pink it is then.
Yeah, bright pink it is then. So I'm going to start with a base of white then, I guess, to draw the centre of the pentagram, and then I'll go over it with some pinks. Unless there's I wonder if I can find like another sigil, like some kind of like devilish thing that's really horrible.
Cool.
Satanic symbols.
Yeah, that's going to put you on a few...
I am a satanic symbol. Satan is my lord, and I'm okay with that.
It's from the first Google pictures of you smiling with your thumbs up.
Oh, I do love Satan. See, I do quite like Leviathan scales. But it's funny because everyone's like, oh, actually, that's a symbol of eternity and fertility. I'm like, yeah, it is, but it's also fucking badass.
But it's also, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pointed star there. Oh, I've not done that kind of one before. So I'm basically looking at some of these ones right here. Look at that. Oh, God, I hate showing my phone like that. It's fucking awful. It's just covered in fingerprints. Let's go with... I might do the 6-pointed star. Use the imp as the top. H. Garner says Satanic Cross, Leviathan Cross. See, second person said Leviathan, and I'm more for that. Satanic.
Feeling it.
We could also do the tri-sixes with the moon crest above it. That one's always quite fun.
Gonna smile and nod at that one.
It's basically like the center point is has 3 sixes, one facing upwards, one facing to the bottom right, one facing to the bottom left, and then it just has like a crescent moon above it. Just the 666 under the moon. I really like the 6-pointed star. I think I'm doing that one. Okay. Gotta work out how to do this now. God, I'm awful at painting lines like this. But I do love Satan.
Turn.
Satan, father! Right. Just get me in the mood to play my vampire ready for tonight.
Wee. What are you eating tonight?
Anyone I can get my fucking teeth on?
Is it third or fourth episode tonight?
This is our 3rd episode. Try to get right to the tip of that base. Right to the edge. There we go. So this is the 6-pointed star using the imp as the top point.
Love it.
Now we need to colour it in. Right. I think what I might do is give it some purple glow around it, then bring the pink in. Let's try and be clever, shall we, and ruin it. So let's use Mage Cast Magenta. How perfect. Thin that fucker right down to a glaze again. Oh, and put it right next to the orange and mix it together because I'm a fucking idiot. Nah.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Right. What's taking you so long, Richard?
Just general shitism.
Just shitism. Yeah, but yours is going to come out like really fucking vibrant, isn't it?
No, you say that, it's going to look like horse shit with a brief sprinkling of rat turd.
I like rat turd.
An interesting crunch to it.
Little cocoa pops, isn't it?
I'd rather have a bowl of rat shit.
I'd rather have a bowl. No, gotta grab a bowl, that's it. Gotta grab a bowl of rat shit.
They're great.
Alright, you ruined it. That's Frosties, mate.
Didn't mind Frosties.
Well, better than
Fucking
cornflakes.
hated Sugar Puffs.
Ah, see now, I used to fucking love Sugar Puffs.
Little puffs of wheat dressed in little honey jackets.
Yeah. Honey monster. And then I also remember when I used to watch Red Dwarf, and then Lister used to eat Sugar Puff sandwiches in Series 6. So I went and did it.
Wrong though.
And they were all right. But now I just think about like all the little kernels that you get inside them, and I'm like, ugh, they're like breaking my teeth.
Yeah.
So I've stippled on a little bit of.
You've nippled on what?
I've nippled on a little bit of Mage Cast Magenta, and I've used it very, very thinly, just to create this area around that 6-pointed star. And then I'm going to use a vibrant pink, which will be my pixie pink. Oh, we're going to use wicked pink. Look at that. Wicked pink to come on in and paint those lines back in.
All I can think of now is the keyboard. Wicked.
DJ! And now I want
to know if they're still a thing in schools.
Surely they are. We're in England. We're not taking away anything from schools for like 60 years. Like, you know, we'll still be teaching DJ for fucking...
DJ.
When some futuristic new instruments come out and everyone's learning that, we'll still be going, DJ! Oh yeah! DJ! Playing with the little pitch wheel at the side of it, like a woo woo.
Wow, I got those fucking eyes pitch perfect. Huh?
You trying to do the cantina music from Star Wars?
Do you know what? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Dry time.
Yeah, because the glaze is very wet, I might need to get the airbrush out and just dry it, but I can't be bothered. I still have a keyboard in my parents' loft. Best setting ever. Best setting ever! Okay. Let's grab some of this punk. Start throwing that on. So now the question is, do I put a white line through every bit of this, or do I just put it on things like the corners? I'm not used to doing OSL glow on symbols. That's it so far. I think I might try and do it on like the longest lines. Or do I just do it where they intersect? Because that would be brightest. This is where I don't know what I'm doing.
Or you just don't do it at all.
You gotta do something, mate. You gotta fucking give it
a little something on the base, you silly should.
I shouldn't have done anything. What am I doing? Why did I listen to you? I should have just sat here in silence with chat.
Because I'm the fucking Chaos Panda.
Chaos Panda. Aren't all pandas truly the Chaos Pandas, though, when you think about it? Like, they don't want to breed. They don't want to fucking eat eggs unless it's like one type of bamboo grass. And they can only live in certain regions. It's like, by sticking to that thing that's just chaos, it's just like, you go anywhere. They're like, yeah, you need to have this exact thing for us or else we're going to die and go extinct.
I wonder how much fucking human intervention there's been to fucking stop them dying out.
Yeah. Z says the ADHD is strong with this one. No! No! He couldn't. He wouldn't. He would.
This place is cursed. I've missed a little fucking bit on one fucking hand of red, and now it's bothering me. Bastard.
Bastard.
You eat bastard.
Bastard.
And the underside of a horn. Jesus Christ, Richard, what are you playing at? King Arthur here, mate.
Oh, God, why did I do everything? I regret my life choices. Richard, why did you talk me into this?
Because that way it looks better when I don't fucking do it. And gives me more time to get this done.
Fuck.
You can do it, my friend. I believe in you.
Oh, thanks.
Stop being a cock and fucking do it.
Oh, gee whiz. So, actually, I suppose it actually gives us something to talk about here as well. Doing, like, line work, I find it easier to do the line before you make contact with the actual mini or the base. So, like, I'm sketching the line or, like, I'm...
Yeah, you sketch the air just before you go, go to it.
And then you, like, just go down and you just kiss it. Just
Just touch it a little bit. Touch it a little bit. Don't. Oh, too much.
I've never heard that voice from you. I like it. That's your next character.
Never had a lot of voices from me.
I like to talk to myself all the time.
Oh, we can have a lot of fun with these voices, yes. Yes.
Oh,
Young little Bigglesworth. Just kiss it.
Oh. That got creepy real fast, Richard. What are you doing?
I just don't like it. It's just not right. This is not okay.
Stupid fat hobbit.
Stupid hobbies. Tricksy hobbies.
This is it. This is just me and Richard now doing our D&D voices. What's like, have you got like a favourite voice that you end up falling into every time that you do like an NPC?
It depends on the accent and what I try not to do, and because I try to reserve certain accents for certain characters.
Yeah, same. So like,
I've tried lately trying to do same accents but different voices, so different sort of pitches and bits and pieces.
yeah, that's really fucking hard. Like, I can really appreciate people who do voice acting for a living.
God, yeah.
It's like, obviously we have like the French standard, but mine becomes so aloof that it just becomes like lazy NPCs. Like,
I don't know what to say to you, really, to be honest. I'm just a humble little honey halfling.
I'm a little halfling. Mine tend to be, if I fall into certain things, I can do Russian pretty well. And, you know, I go keep it up for a certain amount of time, and then I slip into weird things, like, I don't know.
You know, it's fucking just do anything I want.
See, I like Russian for dwarves. I find that a lot of dwarves in my, like, Scandinavian countries will have something like, we are proud dwarves and we like to mine. We mine a lot.
and then it just turns into, and then there's like a gnome who's like, my life.
My problem is I tend to mimic people. So if they talk to me in an accent, I tend to actually end up talking back like they do.
Yes. And it's like, so same thing. It's like, and the other one there is, because I had this like whole continent on like my homebrew world where like there were the native dwarves who were this like Scandinavian dwarves who are more like, hey, my name is Bjorn and I am Bjorn Ironhammer and this is kind of like what we talk like a lot down here. But then there's some dwarves who came in from the outer reaches and the other lands. And the problem is when those two get chatting to each other, yeah, it can become a little bit of a problem and eventually they start to blend together, yeah? And it's just like, that was a real fucking pain in the ass for me. And I won't ever do that again. But then there's...
I have to lock in, and I have keywords.
Yeah.
So it's because when I do, I attempt an Irish accent and stuff like that.
Oh. Yeah, I think that yeah, I do like putting on the voices in tabletop. It is good fun, but I think there's a lot of it's very nerve-wracking.
And wriggling.
Oh, you're very good at that.
Only because I was reading chat.
Yes, I saw it, and I didn't quite get to it yet. I tell you what, actually, one of my favourite accents, and I like it for like bureaucratic gnomes, is I was listening to like I was stuck in a van with somebody, and they were really into Bitcoin, and they were like listening to this like thing all about like,
Oh, well, you see, now is the time to sell all your Bitcoin, and now, like, it's like this really nasal kind of, like, American accent. You see, you know, when we look at the NASDAQ quarter and when we really see what's going on here, and then you gotta stop to breathe a little bit because I just don't have enough calories inside me.
I really like that one. It's probably one of my favourite ones. Like
This really pained.
yeah, so I like that for some gnomes. Like they have to like really bureaucratic, or like certain like devils and demons will be like,
Yes, give it to his roar and wriggling.
I was like, it's the slimy voices. It's like, I like to press button and I want it in there now.
that's very like neocortex.
It's trying to get it's trying to get not make things sound the same,
Yeah.
and also remember what the voices you've used for things. I find always a fucking issue.
Every time I've got an NPC sheet, I write down like what their political views are, like their friends, family, supporters, whatever, and then also like what their accent is and roughly who it is, and I try and like link that to something I've seen somewhere. One of the ones I've been trying out recently was like a lot of South African, because it was something that was suggested by a player. And he was like, yeah, so he's kind of got this like South African accent. I was like, great, I guess I'm learning that. So it's like,
Oh, so I am Dr. Vrist, and I'm here to, well, let's just put this needle inside you and let's see what happens there, my friend.
and it's just like this, yeah, I really liked that one. But then trying to get that to be like the females. And I was like,
Oh, I can't quite do that in a female voice.
it like just goes back to this husk.
I'm trying to practice a South African one because I want a South African barbarian.
Oh, you could hit hard with a South African barbarian.
It's a really chill barbarian, like, mate. I mean, because if I get angry right now, I'm liable to take this big piece of metal, embedded in your face until very much you're dribbling out your ears, and it's you know. But I don't want to get up right now, so please, can you stop?
Yeah. It's I do like accents, but then I like bestial accents. Like I always like my my draconian stuff. It's like, and like this snarl that comes from the back of the throat. I'm very much a fan of like, you know, like using those kind of like throaty voices. But you're relaxed, like you finished a mini.
I have.
Oh, so with 14 minutes left, I was finished fucking ages ago, like weeks ago.
Aren't we a muggle bastard?
I'm not a muggle. I'm a wizard, Harry. I'm a what? You're a wizard, Harry.
You know what? Before we, because we said Harry Potter, I've got to say, funniest thing I've ever fucking found in my life, and I don't know if I've sent it out to anyone yet, but unnecessary censorship on Harry Potter clips.
Yeah.
Funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
You're a boop, Harry. I'm a what? A boop.
I'm a boop.
So
I'm gonna get you in here.
I'm gonna get the camera down here. You want to show off yours while I get mine ready?
I've got a bit of a wet base, so I've only just rimmed it.
Rimming.
I gotta find me. Where's me behind? I don't know.
You've lost me, Willie.
Let's see if I can get this in fucking focus.
Oh, look at that, dude. See, I like your striking black areas, like on the wing spines and stuff. I like the inverse of that, where instead of like going red on the spines and then black between the wings, you've gone the other way round. Whereas I decided to bring up some reds and oranges for all of that, and then decided to do like a wet puddle OSL, which didn't quite work out.
It's like the picture in that I've got here. I think it must be a new picture from D&D Beyond. Has got the wing tendrils and that black, like I've done it.
Yeah, I really like yours. I think it's really cool. For a WizKids Mini, it's, you know, that'll absolutely do for a tabletop ready miniature. I think, you know, we did it in about half an hour, and that's all you really need. You don't need to have like perfectly painted minis. You don't need to have all that. You can just throw down. As long as you've got paint on it, have some fun doing it. Now I really want to practice doing OSL on glyphs and stuff, but I might have to just take an airbrush to the glyph and go around it with some pink. And that could be quite fun. But that's it. That is the Imp all done. Which means that we're going to be starting 2025 off with the Lemure, I believe it is. Let's have a quick look.
Lemure?
Let's have a look into the Monster Manual.
The monster mash.
The head of the mash. Yes, the Lemure. They are these like putrid skin bags. They are quite literally the...
That's really inflated ball bag, isn't it?
Yeah, the lore behind them is that basically they are like people who have failed their devils and their demons, and like people like from the material plane, and they just get turned into these like skin sack homunculi that basically get used as the foot soldiers, and yeah, they're pretty grotesque. But that's it. That's all we've got for you today. That's one mini, definitely tabletop ready, doable in an hour. Yeah, please go check out Richard. Go check out all of his things. Go put in like a ridiculous amount of orders and then demand that it be there before Christmas. Like, if you go
Do you know what? If you get it in the next 5 days, it'll be there before Christmas.
Put in £2,000 worth of stuff. I mean, like, and it all has to be like really finicky stuff, and there can't be one pockmark on it. It must be cleaned up absolutely perfectly. Like, really intricate. Get chainmail, but each individual piece of chainmail has to each link has to be cleared away. And Richard will get it done by Christmas Day for you. I can't guarantee that.
It'd be an interesting experience, though, I have to say.
Yeah, it would.
But, you know, if someone wants a nice Space Marine as a Christmas present, you know...
Space Marine's gay.
easily done.
No, it's Titus, isn't it? Oh, it is so cool. So very cool. Yeah, please go check out Richard and all of his stuff. And if not, just grab some WizKids minis. You know, they're cheap. Throw some paint on them. Throw them on the table and sling some dice with your mates. We're not back for painting up the Monster Manual now till 2025. I think me and Richard might be making an appearance on the Badgers Christmas show tomorrow.
We will be around, but it'll be a case of from the Monster Manual series. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll be back tonight
Eat,
with Blood
sleep,
Punk.
fucking have fun.
Apart from that, guys, thank you so very, very much. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. Have yourselves a fantastic Christmas. We love you. We'll see you around. May those dice gods be ever in your favor. Take it easy, guys.